Hello and welcome back to Calshar Collectibles to another Japan Mail Day. As you may be able to see, I do have a new playmat. This is from EUIC. I'll zoom out to show it off. There we go. Super nice playmat. But we're here today for another mail day. It's going to be a smaller mail day, but I'm going to run through the conditions of the cards because all of these cards I have bought with the idea to grade, and if they're not gradable, I will sell them raw. So first things first, we have some cards off Torika Camp, and these are all the new Battle Partners Iona promos. So we have 6 in total, and hopefully at least 3 are gradable. So I can just go based off the centering. This one looks a little bit off center, right to left. This one has a big old dent in it. So that's lovely. Let's see. What about this one? This one looks pretty good so far. Have a look to see if we can see any dents. Tiny bit of damage there. So that will also not be being opened. This first one, let's go back to it. Still, it might not be the criteria now is 55-45, so it is a little bit more strict than usual. This one looks pretty well centered. Let's see if it has any obvious damage. Maybe a tiny nick there, but overall that may be an option to open in a minute. What about this one? This one looks pretty well centered, maybe off top to bottom, but might be worth the risk as well because the rest of the card looks really good. And the last one, also a bit off top to bottom. Maybe a slight nick there. So it looks like maybe 2 of them are gradable. I can open one of them actually and see if we have any other glaring issues. Now I would normally use scissors to open these, but I don't have my scissors on me right now. So pull this out. It's a code for some Japanese something. Maybe a wee discount code. But let's have a look at the card. There's no obvious print line there. Maybe in this corner. You see that slight lipping there? That might be something. And the back looks pretty good though. Let's have a look at that corner again. It's just how it's been cut, but we may risk this one. So we'll sleeve her up. And let's crack on with the rest of the mail day. I'll have to sort through these again. Let's make sure the damaged one is to the side though. That's pretty bad for Torika Camp to sell that as unopened A condition. It's clearly not. But sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And talking about winning and losing, I'm taking a risk here. I've bought some sort of mid-era hollows for kind of full price, and hopefully some of them are to grade. I will just show you off these though. These are just free ARs. Whenever they have 100 yen ARs, I just buy them. Every single time I'll buy every single bit of stock they have. But let's start off with this nice Regigigas. Let's have a look at this. Now, Diamond Pearl is notorious for print lines. This is a little bit off left to right, but I don't see any obvious print line, so that may get through, but that won't. Slight dent at the bottom, so that will have to be sold off raw. I am being very picky. Like, this could get a 10 one day, but I'm trying to be very picky with my submissions. Moving on, we have a Shaman here. Let's have a look at this. Any obvious print line? Doesn't look like it. Slightly off top to bottom, maybe slightly off left to right. The edges look pretty good. And PSA don't actually mind if the card's slightly warped, so it's kind of expected with this age of card and the amount of holo foiling on there. This one, however, looks pretty clean. So we will sleeve that one up with a new sleeve, ready to go in a semi-rigid. Okay, 10th anniversary Lucario. I'll go a bit quicker this time. This one I can just see straight away. Slight dent there. Otherwise, pretty flawless. So that'll be a nice card for someone to attempt to 10 if they want to, but for me, probably not. And that was a £12 card. So not a cheap card just to say no, not good enough. But I've got, as I say, I've got to be strict. This Celebi, however, and both 10th movie promos I sent in the last submission got 10s, mainly because I'm starting to be really strict. No obvious print line, but a slight swirl there, that's pretty cool. The front looks really nice on there. Let's have a look at the back. No obvious issues on the back there, so that will be graded. Let's get it in the sleeve if I can open it. There we go. Celebi, nice. Both grass Pokemon so far. Right, moving on to some RCSs. This one is very close for centering. I may have to measure it up. This is the Lightning one, of course. And what I like to do when I'm looking at cards to grade is I look for issues. Any issue I see, no, that's not good enough. Centering, I can kind of be have a little bit of leeway with. And sometimes print lines as well. But this one looks like it could 10, so I'm going to give that one a shot. And you can see I'm paying £22 each for these. It is a big risk, but if they do 10, then it's completely worth it. Next up, we have the Psychic type. Super nice holo in this. Edges look really clean. Potentially a print line. I'm just trying to get it at the right light. maybe near the first edition stamp. But that might just be where the hollow foil changes, so we may give this a shot if the back is clean. Now we do have something up here in the top left. Is that bad enough that it wouldn't get a 10? No, but including this slight whitening, very, very small, then it may not get the 10. So that is going on the no pile. Let's see if we can stick with the grass theme and see if this one's good enough. Looks pretty good. No real issues I can see on the front. On the back, however, not good enough. You can see the scratching here. I apologize for my nails. You can see the scratching there. Not good enough. And I will be double checking all of these cards, but they're not good enough. As soon as they're not good enough, I'm not sending them. Fire type. This one looks nice. Off top to bottom. Maybe too much, but maybe not. If there is any other issues with the card, I will not send it. It's slightly off left to right, I think, but ever so slightly. And the back of the card, it is off top to bottom on the back, but they are a bit more lenient on the back, so let's sleeve that one up. That one has got a shot. And as you can see, I'm holding by the edges just to make sure more that grease doesn't get on the card than me worrying about scratching the hollow or anything like that. Ooh, this is a lovely card, this Palkia. I can already tell it's not good enough for grading, unfortunately. That top left corner, you can see in the right light, slight bending. You can even see some silvering. Torraca Camp used to be very good with their condition checking, but as of recent, it feels like it's fallen off a little bit. No obvious scratches on the back, so it might be good enough to send. The rest of the card does look really good. I may send that. The thing is, if these get 9s, I'm losing money, pretty much. So that can go in the double check pile. One of my favourite artworks ever up next. And then what I'm going to do is just flick through the rest, because you've got the idea of what I do. This is the Kanaka Io. Hopefully that's how you say it. Roserade. This copy is very nice, and I was very pleased about this. Although it's one of the cheaper cards in the whole purchase, this card is probably my favourite. A little bit of dust there in the corner. Would they count that as a dent? See if I can get it off. I don't think so. I think that's good enough. Okay. So let me just flick through the rest of the cards, and I'll condition check them, and you'll see them eventually if they're good enough. So we have a nice Swampert here from DP4, probably my favourite Swampert art. Really nice swirl on there as well. Have a couple of these. I just like that it has Pichu on it, so I did buy a couple. These aren't to grade, these are just P-condition Electivires. I had a really outside hope that one of them would be gradable, but at 580 yen I thought I'd take the shot. My favourite Electivire artwork. Then have a super nice Politoed here. Hopefully that's gradable. Same with this Azumarill. Some more expensive ones here. We have a Raichu. into a Gyarados. Hopefully both of those are gradable. We have a Clefable, the Cleffa from the same set, and last but not least, the best Arcanine artwork, the Saita artwork from L1. So we'll have to see if that's gradable. Okay, so that's those. Let's move on to some other singles I picked up to grade. I think I picked them up at the right time because the market's gone a bit crazy. I picked up a couple of Lilies, some Latias, I think, Latias, hopefully. Picked up 3 Squirtles from 151. Some Bulbasaurs. Unfortunately, these all look to be off center, so will probably be sold raw. Some Iona Wattrels. That one might be good enough. Some Chanseys. And I did pick up 4 Eevees. Now, these were £20 each, which I regret not buying them when they were £10 each. I regret not buying them when they were £5 each, so I had to just pick them up because the price is just trending upwards on those. They were all from Harajuku, and these were all from Torraca Camp. So just some SARs, a couple of Zeraoras, this really nice Lucario. This is one of my favourite modern artworks, this one here, the Gliscopod. I think it's just super, super nice. Hopefully this one's gradable. I might even keep it in my PC. Then we have the Iron Hands, also really nice artwork. And 2 Raging Bolts from Prismatic. Now this texture is just out of this world, which is the only reason I keep buying this card. Look at that. When the light hits it in the right place, it is just an incredible card. So yeah, that's all for today, this Japan Mail Day. I gave you a wee insight into what I look for when I'm going to grade a card. Nice new playmat. In the next video, I'll even feature another new playmat. I am really enjoying picking up some playmats here and there. But that's all for today. If you did enjoy this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.